Yes, live, another beautiful day in the neighborhood. All the birds. Now we gotta fill the bird feeder. Anyways. Oh, I forgot to get the questions that we're gonna cover today. I printed those out over by my desk. It's been a busy day today here at the on the knee pain guru side of things. See, wearing the official shirt today. Yeah, we did a for the Camella Foundation. We did a relieve neck pain video this morning, and then we got interviewed by a chiropractor out of Pittsburgh, a Dr. Aaron Tressler. We just got off an interview with him, so that's going to be coming out, I guess, within the next couple months. So I will definitely keep you posted on that. However, we had some questions today about bone on bone and some other questions that were sent into the Knee Pain Guru YouTube channel, and I wanted to cover those because I thought they were applicable and appropriate to what a lot of people suffer with, especially with bone on bone. There's a huge mindset that goes along with that needs to be addressed as well. So without further ado, we're going to switch over to the questions. Here we are. One is by Githui Kimondo. Says, tell me how to change the neurological signaling in the knee. Be happy to. That's a join knee club thing. That's what I work with clients twice per week in the group coaching call. You get access to a members area, you get a private Facebook group, you can ask questions in the Facebook group. The calls are recorded. So if you can't make the live call, that you can type in what you're dealing with, what you're working with, that we addressed from the next call, and then I'll answer it, give you the specific videos to work on for homework to address whatever you're dealing with as far as pain goes. So yeah, I'd be happy to do that. You can go to the kneepainguru.com website and go into the products area, and it has all the information on how to sign up for Knee Club there. The next question is what we're here for today. So it's from Lisa. Let me turn this around. Lisa says, okay, Lisa writes, I can hardly walk. It hurts all the time in my right knee. I put pressure on the left, and at night it hurts. And I'm not exactly sure if she means the right knee hurts or the left knee hurts because of all the pressure in the left knee that she's walking on throughout the day. And then she continues to write, I have a lot of pain in the knee, bone on bone, I am doing therapy. And that is quite common. It usually, how that goes consequently is bone on bone just doesn't happen one day. That's usually a result of arthritis that's been going on for some time, and the joint begins to wear. So we have to look at arthritis in bone on bone as a continuum, that it is a progressive thing that happens in the joint as a result of joint dehydration. So many clients that I've worked with will come in anywhere along that spectrum. So initially you have a knee injury or a surgery, there's pain, and then that pain goes unchecked, and then the joint begins to dehydrate because the joint is squeezing, because it's stiff and it hurts to move. This squeezes out the synovial fluid in the joint, which essentially deprives the joint of the lubrication that the joint needs in order to move smoothly. So the joint's dehydrated, it begins to wear. You could check me on this, talk to your doctor. Next time you go in for a knee appointment, or your physical therapist, anytime there's a diagnosis of arthritis, you will see in the notes, the medical notes, that it'll say dehydrated joint. That's just how the doctors classify it. And the more the joint is dehydrated, the more it wears. The more it wears, the less you're wearing away the cartilage and meniscus in the joint, and that gets progressively worse until it's a bone-on-bone situation. And then it's usually the doctors will kind of gauge as to how old you are as to whether you're a perfect candidate for a knee replacement. So it's a progression if left unchecked, and then once it gets to a certain point, the doctors say, well, hang in there, deal with the pain until you're old enough, and then we'll cut off the bones in your leg and replace it with plastic and metal, and that'll address it. And the reason why they do that is because the joints are only rated for 10 to 20 years, depending on who made the joint, the knee replacement joint. And what they want to do is they're hoping that they only have to do it once. They don't want to do a knee replacement twice, so they wait until you're old enough so you die with the knee replacement. It's such a ridiculous model. Like, anybody with, okay, I'll leave my opinion out of it, but that's the reality of it. They want you to be old enough so once you have the knee replacement, you'll die with the joint in, so they won't have to do it again. That's the reality of it is. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about Lisa's situation and how we can begin to look at this differently to empower you with the knowledge and understanding of your own body, to potentially put off or completely avoid a knee replacement. So my question to you is, would you care what your diagnosis was if you didn't have pain or you didn't have a limited range of motion in your knee? Would you care? You could put those comments in the live chat if you'd like. Any questions are welcome, absolutely. And the reason why I asked that question is we get to the real source of why you're going to the doctor. You don't go to the doctor because your knee feels okay, because you don't have any problems with your knee. You go to the doctor because there's an issue. So if there was a way, you knew a way of relieving the tension in your knee, the pain in your knee, and you had full range of motion in the knee, why go to the doctor? So it kind of begs the question. A lot of people get a diagnosis of bone on bone, and they look at it as like a sentence. They get a very narrow point of view, and they think, well, it's just a matter of time before they have to have a knee replacement. And this is true if they don't change what's going on. It's important to understand the process that you've been going through in your life to get you to a point of being bone on bone, having a knee replacement, going to therapy and all of that, that it's not, your body's not getting what it needs in the process. Your body defaults to healing. And if it's not healing, you have to look at what you're doing. And I have to put the onus on you, because there's no one else to blame. A lot of people don't want to hear it, but that's the only way we're going to move forward, is to have a different conversation about what's going on with your knee. So we start creating comfort in the knee, and that causes the knee to relax. And when I'm talking about comfort, I'm talking about changing the neurological signaling, getting the pressure off of the nerves in the knee that are causing the pain. The joint's immediately going to start to relax, which means the water that you're drinking, or that ideally would be really good for you to drink, is now able to get into the joint and lubricate the joint, so the joint stops wearing. So the process is one of a natural holistic approach, looking at why the joint is dehydrating and being painful to begin with. The more we understand that mechanism from a holistic perspective, the more we can begin to insert changes into that system that gives you a different outcome on the other side. Is this making sense? If it makes sense, give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the Knee Pain Guru channel, turn on notifications for future videos. If this sounds good, you want more information, either type in a question here or... Okay, that was weird. My phone got too hot. I guess I was holding it in the sun. Okay, well, we'll do it inside then. I'm going to sit in my great-grandmother's rocking chair. Okay, so, if you want more information, head on over to the kneepainguru.com website. Got a video for you to watch on the main page. As well as I got the program Knee Club that you could begin working with. But specifically with Lisa, she has a lot of pain with bone on bone in her knee. She's doing therapy. But here's the challenge with therapy. If you have a tension pattern that's going on in the joint, that's causing the joint to be painful, and you try to strengthen your legs as a result of, you think you need to use it or lose it, you just reinforce a dysfunctional tension pattern that's going on in the knee joint that's causing the problem to begin with. So it's not addressing the underlying cause of, one, the dehydrated joint or the tension your body is taking on to protect itself from getting injured further. So this is a mechanism that we need to begin to reverse and understand the body as a complete system to get it to a place so it can begin to heal. Are we back yet? What is going on? Today we're just having issues connecting. Anyhow, so that's the essence of it. We can't look at it just by strengthening the legs, because we reinforce the dysfunctional tension pattern that the body is trying to get and address to begin with. We have to look at it at a deeper level. We can't look at it on a physical level in terms of muscular strength, because we just reinforce the pattern that's causing the joint to wear. So the more we strengthen the knee from that place, we actually cause the knee to wear faster. It's a little counterintuitive. Anyhow, the fastest way to get out of pain and increase range of motion is to create comfort, which changes the neurological signaling in the knee and then frees up the nervous system. It allows the knee to feel more comfortable, and then you become aware of the other tension patterns that are going on in the legs, the hips, the lower back, the ankles and the feet, throughout the body, that we can begin to address to allow the knee not to come back. Because if you think about it, in order for the knee to hurt, the rest of the body has to hold tension in a certain way for the knee to hurt. So if we get the knee comfortable and start addressing the tension patterns in the rest of the body, the pain goes away, doesn't come back. So with Lisa, in the bone-on-bone continuing therapy, it doesn't look like it's working. And she has the pain in her right knee, so she puts a lot of pressure in the left knee. We would need to begin to find out exactly where in the knee it hurts, because not all knee pain is created equal, and not every knee hurts the same. So I would need to get more specific with Lisa as to, well, where does the right knee hurt? Does it hurt in the kneecap? Does it hurt below the knee? Does it hurt above the knee? Does it hurt on the inside of the leg or the outside of the leg? Does it go down the shin? Does it go up the hamstring? Does it go into the quad? And then from there, what I would do is give her specific videos. This, of course, is in the context of Knee Club. Specific videos that she could start creating comfort in that area of her knee. And then she's going to have an experience of that. When she gets the pressure off of those nerves in that area of her knee, she's going to go, Bill, the pain got better. It moved. It changed. It got worse. Something happened. And when that's something that happens, it gives us an idea of where this tension is moving in other parts of the body, which there are more videos. And what this does is it begins a process by which the body can bring itself back into balance, and the healing mechanisms can begin to come fully back online to heal what's going on in the knee as well as the rest of the body. Is this making sense? If it does, give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications for future videos. You want more information? You can go to the kneepainguru.com website and join the newsletter list. There's a video there for you to watch. And then those that are really serious, join Knee Club. Because Knee Club is not a fit for everybody. There's a mindset. Not a lot of people want to do the work themselves. They want someone else. They want to give that up to somebody else and say, here, take care of my knee for me. And that's okay, fine. Not bad, not wrong. That's just a different... You need to go to that person that's willing to do it in person. Some people want to go to a doctor and they want to do the drugs, the shots, the surgery, the knee replacement. And that's okay. You're not bad or wrong. That's just not my bag. And I can help you in the context of Knee Club. So I work with clients around the world. And we meet twice a week, private Facebook group, direct you to specific videos. You work with it. You report back in, either in person or leave comments in the Facebook group. And then we continue to progress. And the idea is you become aware of these patterns that are going on in your own body so you know what to do when the pain comes on. And ideally, we get you to a place where your nervous system is relaxed so much, we address the tension patterns in your knee so much that we're talking about other stuff. We're talking about you getting back to camping, hiking, biking, golf, tennis, whatever you like to play. I want you to live your life. And when you need that tweak and adjustment, you can come back into Knee Club and then we address wherever you get stuck. Because we weren't born with the operations manual as to how this human body works. However, the knowledge and experience and understanding of how the body works is available to you if you choose to access it. So with Lisa, we would start with that right knee, start creating comfort in the right knee as well as the left. We're going to have the same questions with both knees, but we're going to probably have different areas of the knee that hurt because the right knee was injured. The compensation pattern is felt in the left knee. We also need to know what's going on with the hips because when you have that compensation going on in the body adjusts, the hips become imbalanced. You go to a chiropractor, the chiropractor will say one leg is shorter than the other. Then we need to balance out the pelvis, and many times the balancing of the pelvis addresses some of the pain that's going into the knees, but it also helps other things come online. Like all your hormone production, and a lot of that is determined by the balance in the pelvis. The draining of your lymphatic system, whether you get sick or not. Sinus stuff. There's a whole host of things that happen in the physical body as a result of the pelvis being unbalanced. So we need to balance the pelvis, we need to create comfort in the knees, and then once we start doing that, we're having different conversations. You're understanding what's going on in your body in a different way, where now you're more active, you're more mobile, you're sleeping better, you're doing things that you want to do, and we're going to hit another bottleneck in there somewhere, either in flexibility or who knows? I mean, there's a whole host of things. But that's a conversation to be had down the road. When you're in pain, we got to be present with the pain that's going on right here, right now. We got to address that pain right now. So as we decrease that level of pain, you become more aware of the underlying patterns that we could begin to address. Making sense? Got questions? Please type those in the live chat. If you don't have questions, that's cool too. Okay. Well, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. I appreciate those that have done that. Like and subscribe to the Knee Pain Guru YouTube channel. Yep, I think Calabrese 007, it all makes perfect sense. I do my best to make sense. Even on my bad days, I shoot for making sense, because when it doesn't make sense, well then, who would listen? But the goal is, we're essentially getting your mind and your body in alignment with the universal principles that your body functions on. Just like tides going in and out, just like the sun rising and setting. You'll grow, farmers plant on the new moon, because scientists can measure the uptake of water in seeds are greater from the new moon to the new moon than it is any other time of the lunar cycle. So farmers plant by the moon. Just like the tides coming in and out. If you want to paddle out to sea, if the tide's coming in and you're trying to paddle out, you're going to struggle. You're not going to go very far. You're going to do a lot of work, which is what a lot of people do with their knees. And what ends up happening is then they give up. They get tired. They get older. Like, why am I doing all this work? Because they're not in alignment with what their body wants to do, how their body's capable of healing. So the more we can understand this ebb and flow of your physical body and how your neurology works on a deeper level, line that up, the mind, the body, the spirit, the emotions, we line those components up. And now you do a little bit and you get a lot of relief. And it seems unbelievable, but we're just tapping into what's available all the time. It's like the kayaker or the person in the rowboat that's like, they've been trying to paddle out every day when the tide's coming in, and they've been struggling a lot, and all of a sudden we tell them, why don't you wait until this tide starts going out? And they put the boat in the water, and all their way out at sea, and they hardly put in any effort. And they're going, that can't be true. That can't be right. And it was all in the timing of what they did. Exercise for pain is not bad, but we have to have the timing of the exercise correct. Otherwise, we're going to spin our wheels. Anyhow, that's what I got. You want more information, head on over to thekneepainguru.com. Get on the newsletter list. Join Knee Club if you want to learn how to change the neurological signaling in your knee and understand these universal principles I keep talking about. Here we go. Interesting, much you learned about reinforcing compensation patterns, which vary from case to case. You've mentioned a couple that align exactly with me. There is a ripple effect through the body. Well, sure, your body compensates to protect itself. You injure, if you fell and smacked your kneecap, you're going to walk differently. Your body's going to compensate differently than if you twisted your knee playing soccer. You're going to limp differently, which means the tension patterns in your body are going to be different. The only way that's going to change is when you start changing the neurological signaling, creating comfort. You don't create comfort, you just keep pushing through the process of like thinking you need to strengthen the leg, And you just reinforce the dysfunctional pattern that your body is protecting itself from. And that causes the joint to dehydrate, be more painful, wear faster. Arthritis accelerates, bone on bone gets there faster, and you're a perfect candidate for a knee replacement surgery. That's just, you could talk to doctors, talk to them. Ask them if that's the process. Most of them, when you start asking questions like this, they don't want to talk to you because, well, like I was told by the doctor who did my knee surgery, when I was saying I developed this entire modality or this approach to relieving chronic pain, and his question was, well, how do we put a price tag on it? How do we make money on it? The docs don't want to talk about that. This is not in their wheelhouse. Docs, physical therapists, this is not in their wheelhouse. This is outside of their scope of knowledge and understanding. That doesn't make them bad or wrong. That just means they're like a plumber, I'm an electrician. Is the plumber bad because he can't fix the outlet or the light in the room or the ceiling fan? No. Plumber fixes pipes. Plumber makes sure the water goes down the drain. Everything's connected that way. Just like an electrician works in the house in a different way. And the big mind shift and the big mindset shift for people who want to get out of chronic pain is going to be in understanding the limitations that the conventional medical model possesses. Most people don't recognize that. Most people think when they experience pain, they need to go to their doctor to get the solution resolved. And to a degree, that is correct. If something is broken or torn in the knee, then absolutely, we need a doctor. And we need that diagnosis to determine that something is broken or torn. But as soon as we find out that diagnosis, then we need to switch our conversation and have to have a different conversation to develop a holistic strategy, a natural strategy to get you out of pain. Because the plumber is not going to know how the electricity works. And I'm using that as an example, but there may be plumbers that know how to wire things, so don't get all fussy with me. But if it makes sense, does it make sense? If it makes sense, give the video a thumbs up. If you got questions, type those in the live chat. But this, it's just looking at the body differently. It just takes a different set of eyes, different things to focus on. Because most people focus on pain. They focus on pain. They focus on where it hurts. And what I'm proposing is we focus on where it doesn't hurt. How many times have you looked on where your knee doesn't hurt? It's difficult to think about it, especially when the knee's been in pain for a while. So you have to acknowledge and recognize that your mind has changed as a result of the chronic pain. You aren't thinking the same way. You're not moving the same way. You're not feeling the same way as a result of the chronic pain. So when being present to where you're at is the first step in understanding how you're going to get out of where you're at. Because if you don't know where you're at, how are you going to know where you're going to go? It's like first step in AA. You have to acknowledge that you're an alcoholic. And with pain, a lot of times it's an addictive quality. You want to talk about the pain, you want to complain about the pain, you want to tell people about the pain, you want to talk about the pain, the pain, the pain, the pain, the pain. How bad it is, how much drugs you have to take, all the surgeries you've been through, how difficult it is, how bad you sleep. You want to talk about all the negative stuff and focusing on the pain. And that's valuable, but we need to start switching the focus to where the pain is not. And you know what? It's going to seem strange at first. It's going to seem bizarre. It's going to be like, well, what do I focus on? It feels strange. Am I doing the right thing? You're going to question yourself. And here lies all of the underlying thoughts and feelings and emotions that accumulated and created the knee to begin with. And that's where most people don't want to go. Most people don't have the courage to face those things, the doubt, the fear, the concern. Hey, I got a bird in the house. How about that? Well, look, guys. I got a bird. Okay, well, I'm going to have to deal with him. I got so many crazy things that happen around here. Anyhow, okay, I just saw something come in. Okay, you make sense. Osteos seem to always want to go down more invasive routes and joint injections, and if those are the only real and true ways to help, are we back? Yes, good omen. But I probably got a bird that's going to be pooping in my bedroom. Anyways, yes. Well, as far as like the osteos, you give a kid a hammer, everything's a nail. So if you go to a surgeon, you ask them, how do I get rid of knee pain? What do you think they're going to say? Come on. So the doctors are going to always point you down the path of drugs, shots, surgery, physical therapy. That's their business model. Understand they're not bad or wrong. They want to put food on the table. So it's just important to understand okay. Well, apparently I don't have a good internet connection today. That's what we got to work with. But anyhow, once again, give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the Knee Pain Guru YouTube channel. Turn on notifications for future videos. Head on over to the kneepainguru.com website and get involved. Join Knee Club. That's what I got for today. Send in your questions. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all your time. Have a great one. And before this cuts out again, I'm going to go. Bye.